everyone, I've got a very small Michael's haul for you today. I'm currently staying in America. I did expect to increase the number of things I bought, but I've been back to Michael's and actually I didn't really see an awful lot that I fancied buying this time around, which was a bit of a surprise to myself because normally I can go mad in Michael's. I think it's because at the back of my head I know that when I go home one of the things I need to do is declutter my craft things, so I'm sort of trying not to expand on my collection too much. If you don't know, Michael's is sort of the equivalent to the British Hobbycraft. First of all, I'll show you what I bought and then I'll talk to you a bit more about the shop itself. This is really interesting and I'm glad. I nearly left this behind, but I'm glad that I bought it. There's this pack of small bottles of gemstones, like not expensive ones. They're tiny little chips of gemstones basically. And the reason why I got them is for my shelves at home in the dining area of our kitchen. I'm trying to do a sort of steampunky theme, a sort of Victorian explorer theme in there. And I've got the set of shelves and I've been thinking I'd like to do a display of something collectible. I do like rocks and minerals and things like that. So I thought I would display these little jars. I thought that would look quite cool. I might redo the labels though to make them a little bit more Victorian. And that cost $10, which actually, so that's about £7. Actually, I thought that was pretty good for what you're getting. If you go to some sort of touristy caves or something, that would be at least double the price. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that. I did spend a long time looking at the jewellery section. This is one thing that Michael's does brilliantly. There are rows and rows and rows of jewellery making items and I love them. There's some really modern things there. I picked up this bead here. No, you wouldn't call it a bead, what would you call it? A pendant. I picked up this pendant to actually make myself a necklace. I've got a chain at home that Chris gave me. Actually, it came with the Arwen cross on it. So it's quite a long silver chain. I'm looking for not a statement necklace, but I wanted a long necklace to wear with plain jumpers on, and just to make them look a bit more interesting. And I don't have anything like that, so that's why I bought this. I really love the way the metal folds around the edges of the stone, and I also like the fact that it's actually a little bit see-through. It's agate, I think. I'm assuming it's agate. Oh, it doesn't actually say, it just says genuine stone. I'm pretty sure it's agate. There's a little bit see-through, so I'm imagining that it will blend in with most colours because it will just take on a bit of the colour of the thing that you're wearing underneath. Yeah, so that was my thinking behind this purchase. And that was $7.99, $8, so about just under £6. I bought a couple of other things from that section that were in their sale, and I could have, this is where I could have spent my money. I could have gone mad because there were just so many pretty stones, and I do, like I said, I like my gemstones, and I have dabbled in jewellery making for when I do a festival stall. I like to have some smaller price points than my big dresses, and so that's what I had in mind for these two stones. This one is, no, that's a bit disappointing. It doesn't tell you what the actual stone is, it just says natural stone on it. I'm guessing this is a pink quartz, but I love the sort of ruggedness of it. I love the fact that it's all a bit rough cut sort of thing. I really like that. So I did sort of plan to put this into a bracelet, actually, sort of a cuff with fabric and silk with it. And the same goes for this one, which is definitely rose quartz, which is a bit of a different style. But yeah, I'd sort of imagined incorporating it into a bracelet. I think it would look pretty. And they were, this one was a bargain. It's $1.99. Yeah, I thought it was in the sale. And the other one was $2.49, also in the sale. And they had others, and I could have got the lot. Okay. A boring thing, I bought some press studs, snaps as they say in America. I brought with me a pair of slippers that close with a popper and it broke, so I was going to replace it. That's why I bought these. I haven't got around to replacing it. And those were $2.50. Now I bought these with me. This was my plan to do in the evenings while I'm here in America. It's a set of Derwent Inktense ink pencils. I've done a proper tryout of the Inktense blocks. If you want to look at that video, I'll put the link below. Now the reason why I'm showing you these is because I saw them in Michael's and they were being sold for $82, no, I don't exaggerate, it might have been $82. And I saw that price, thought, Oh my goodness me. These you can get from Amazon right now for £24. So $82, that's about £60. Admittedly, that's on sale. I think they're normally 36. If you go into an art shop, you'll probably pay full price £36. Even so, the difference between British prices and American prices are amazing for Derwent. They also had a set of 36 watercolour pencils for $94. Like, what? So American viewers, if you are watching this, see if you can order from amazon.co.uk if you are after these, or ask a friend who's going to Britain to bring some back for you, because oh my goodness, those prices are ridiculous. So that's why I mentioned these, just to give you a bit of a tip. But what I didn't bring with me was a sketch pad to use them with. Sketch pads are so expensive. I mean, I used to buy sketch pads with my pocket money. If I was a child now, I would not be able to do that. So I saw this one and it was a reasonable cost. It's the Canson mixed media sketchbook. It says it's for acrylic, watercolour, pen and pencil, and that cost $14.99, which I thought was a really good value. Obviously you get different quality for what you pay for with sketchbooks, and I did have plenty there that were a lot more expensive than this. It felt to me quite good quality, so I thought I would give it a go, and I have done. Don't judge me, this is the very beginnings of a sort of sketch that I was working on. This was something I did partly with the Inktense pencils and partly with Inktense blocks, and I did a wash of water over the top. As you can see, the paper has curled. That's not me curling it, but it didn't bubble. I definitely felt like I could use watercolours almost to their best advantage, and you know, to get that nice blend you do get with good quality watercolour paper. So as a budget alternative to watercolour paper, I was really impressed actually. I think that's a good value paper. So yeah, a quick review of that paper. I liked it. Okay, then a couple of days later, my husband and I went in looking for photograph props, and we came out with 3 flowers. This purple one, I haven't got the receipts for these, I'm afraid. This one was the cheapest. I think it was $2, and then there's a massive jump, and each of these cost $10. We were in there for a long time because I could not bring myself to buy them. A hydrangea. We've got a long hydrangea, and we've got this sort of lilac blossom. Yeah, these are obviously quite big. I'm really hoping I can fit them in my suitcase all right without damaging them too much. But we were after some props to use while we're taking photographs while we're here, and as a bunch I thought they looked quite pretty. I will be happy to display those at home. As you walk into most Michael's stores, this is mainly for British people. If you're visiting America and you're interested, if you're American you probably know this already, but there's usually a huge section of fake flowers. For the price of these, $10, so that's £7 each for these. To be honest, I was not impressed. They either had good lifelike stems and leaves or good lifelike flowers. They couldn't seem to combine the both. I don't know why. So this one has quite a lifelike stem. It's quite fluffy. If you looked at that stem, you would think it was real, but then you look at the flower and, well, it had a big bit of plastic sticking out of it, and we had to cut it off. But for $1.99, this sort of chrysanthemum style one was not that bad. But if you look underneath here, this bit here is so cheap and plasticky looking. That's not connected very well at all. So you have to make sure you're looking down on it. I wouldn't want that at eye level at all. That would not look good. Same, the hydrangea flower looks lovely. I would say that looks quite lifelike. And then the stem is just like really shiny plastic. This stem looked better, the colours looked better, and the blossom looked I thought this was the best one. This one looked fairly realistic. But what I would say about Michael's is so weirdly priced. I mean, I've already told you the price of the Derwent pencils, and I found most of the things in there actually to be well overpriced. One of the things I was looking for was like calligraphy pens and some brush pens, and I just looked at the price and I couldn't bring myself to pay it. I will probably look at reviews on Amazon and choose from there. It will be so much cheaper. So I was a little bit disappointed with Michael's this time. It's funny, it depends what you're looking for. Wooden items, because another one of my craft hobbies, if you're new here, is pyrography, which is burning onto wood. and the wooden items here are so much cheaper than you can get them in England. I mean, you can buy little trinket boxes from $1 each. Yeah, and they've got quite a large selection. In the past I have gone home with bags full of little boxes, but I've got plenty of boxes at home that I haven't done yet, so they stayed on the shelves. I didn't tempt myself with those this time. I don't know America well enough to know if there's an alternative to Michael's. Like, for example, in England we have a chain shop called The Works, which sells good value craft items. Not always the best quality. I don't rate their sketchbooks at all, but I don't know if there's anything like that in America that is well known. So that's the sort of thing I will have to find out the more times we go here. I don't like doing this. I'd like to support shops on the high street, but personally I'd go round Michael's, have a look at the things, and then go and order off Amazon. Ideally what I would like to do is support local craft shops, as long as they're selling them at a price point that's reasonable. I mean, I'm still absolutely flabbergasted at the cost of the Derwent Inktense pencils. It's ridiculous. But I do like their homeware stuff. I think their homeware range are quite reasonably priced. They have some nice original things that you just don't find in England, but don't have the packing room or the weight limit room in my suitcase, so they had to stay behind as well. Hello, I'm interrupting from the future because I've remembered a couple of things that I had forgotten I bought from Michael's. The first one, a bit randomly, is this whisk. They have a cake making and decorating section, and I've actually been looking for a rubber-ended whisk so it doesn't damage my saucepans, and this was in the clearance section at $1.19, so for about 75p. I thought that was quite a good find, and it's pink, so it will go nicely with my accent colour in the kitchen. And the other thing was this magazine called Where Women Create Business. I've only flicked through it, but it looks really interesting, and it's from the Stampington Company, which do my favourite magazines, so I'm looking forward to giving this a proper read. It looks quite inspirational. Okay, back to where I was. Well, I think that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed watching this little video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here or you watch my videos but haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do so. I would really appreciate it, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.